Part 2 of the sneak peek into the CraftCMS migration tool that I've been working on. In this video, I'm just going to show you a new feature that I've added for support of custom field types or non-core field types. This is obviously a huge piece of any site is using additional field types. So Migration Manager needs to be able to support those. So I'm using craft events for you to be able to register handlers for import exports to be able to deal with those custom field types so that you can get the correct information migrated out and then migrated back into the destination site. So let's give you a quick walkthrough. So I'm going to set up a new field type here. I'm going to use the Link It plugin, which I use on a lot of projects. So we'll get that installed. And I'm going to create a new Link It field. And I'll just pick some random settings here so you can see that these do in fact come across. So we've got our field set up. I'm going to create a migration for it now on the Migration Manager tab. And then we'll go over to our, before we do that, we need to get this committed first. So we're going to add our new migration to our code repository. And then we'll pull that down on our destination site. So now if I flip over to the destination site, Craft2, I can see I haven't set up Link It here yet. So I'm going to install that. And then if I go to fields, I can see, Link It's not there. So let's go to the Migration Manager and run this. And here's our new Link It field. Looks like all the settings have come across correctly. Now, how does this look in a plugin to be able to actually do this? So I've created a tester plugin, and it's quite simple. It's just like registering for normal craft events. So we've got these Migration Manager events you can listen for. There's an export field, and then there's a corresponding import field. And it passes across a few pieces of information. The kind of primary ones would be the field and then the value that you want, either imported or exported. So here we're picking up the fact that this is a Link It field, and then we're going to do a little bit of work on the settings so that we can get the proper sources. We need handles in the migrations. We don't want IDs because IDs can change between systems. So we just do a little bit of work here to get the handle set up properly, and then that gets migrated out. And then on the corresponding import side, we take the those same handles from the settings as they come in, and then we work it backwards to get the proper IDs. The other thing built into this that isn't shown here, but it's there, is the ability to stop a migration from happening either on the export or import. So just like Craft, you've got the perform action. You can set that to false to kind of stop Craft in its tracks from continuing an operation. We can do the same thing here, and then we can also put an error message. So that will show up in the Migration Manager that something happened, and you can have that message logged out so that people are able to see what went wrong with the migration, either on the way out or on the way back in. So that's it for the demo today. Stay tuned for a full release of this plugin, hopefully in the next few weeks. Just trying to get this all tidied up and reviewed before we put it out there for public consumption. But enjoy.